Hi, AP students. I'm sorry that I can't be at school today. I don't feel very well today, and I thought I could power through it, but I thought I would need to use a little bit more common sense. And my little boy Sam's also not feeling very well today, so he gets to be here with me while we try to get you through class today and ready for your remote work. Okay, so just kind of bear with me. This is kind of an important day. Of course, they all are, but I wanted to go over some time dieting stuff with you before I kind of set you free. So I'm showing you Sam only because if you hear a baby in the background, that's him. All right, so you guys went over the multiple choice with Superman and me, and now you're going to do a timed writing. Before you do the timed writing with that same partner, I actually do want you to go over your annotations. I'm picking this up from yesterday. You don't need to go over each section. I think you and your partner can maybe decide, one or two of the sections that you completed for homework that you would want to talk about. And really what happened yesterday is that as partners were going over it and they looked in the do column, a lot of the verbs were Alexi is talking about. That's okay, but I don't think that's an effective way to really, structure your paragraph to say that he's talking about. To me, that feels very summary. So with your partner, I really want you to go over what is he doing? Is he narrating? Is he comparing? Is he describing, reflecting, defining, categorizing, shifting? What is he really doing? I need you to think of some good verbs because those verbs will then help you in the paragraph. And then you can go over to the other column and talk about the quotes and the strategies that might go with them that then kind of prove that. All right. Whoever is substituting for me today will hopefully put this body paragraph on the screen for you to consult. So first of all, you're going to get a handout that has the thesis, the introduction and thesis on it. So you're not writing an introduction and thesis today. I'm giving that to you, and you're going to have your timed writing on just a body paragraph. So again, you're going to pick one of the chunks, one of the paragraphs, or the sections, and then that's what you're going to dedicate all of your energy to. And I know it's hard because we think the whole piece is good, and you want to get quotes from all over the passage to prove the thesis, but I'm really asking you to isolate one chunk, okay? If you were writing a full essay, you'd of course have a body paragraph for each one. Okay, one of the things I'm going to grade you on for this one is the topic sentence, and that's only because our topic sentences for the first timed writing weren't very strong, and I want to kind of assess it more and kind of hold you more accountable for that. The topic sentence really just needs to direct the body of, or direct me where you're analyzing it. So you would say, to start in paragraphs 2 and 3, Alexi narrates how his father influenced him how to read, or however it goes for you, okay? But that topic sentence needs to be really clear about what section you're going to be talking about. I want to know that. I need to be able to refer to that if I'm going to be reading your essay. Okay, so start with that good topic sentence. So the claim or assertion about the author's purpose in a specific section, okay? You're going to integrate evidence. And then for your analysis, you obviously have to comment on the evidence, but then talk about how it connects to purpose, okay? Like I said, I'm going to give you the introduction with the purpose. And here it is in red. Alexi, who learned to read at 3, uses a variety of rhetorical choices to assert that reading can save oneself, like reading can save you. And he hopes that reading can save others from stereotypes and self-doubt that can plague one's identity. And just think about like all that talk we had last week about how education has the power to reflect identity and how education fits in to that as well. Okay. All right. So again, hopefully the sub will put this on the screen. I wrote a body paragraph for the first section. Remember, I gave you a sample of that on your note sheet anyway. And I kind of color coded it, and what orange is what he's doing. Maybe I would do it from the first column, and then in blue is the other column, the actual rhetorical strategies. What I have in green is my connection to purpose, and then what's in the red is just kind of a little bit more kind of why in the moment. That was part of what we did with the Living Like Weasels body paragraph. The black would be just kind of like filler language as I'm getting into my rhetorical analysis. Okay, so here it is. In the beginning of his personal narrative, so in paragraph 1, Alexi reminisces about how he learned to read at 3 years old. He repeats the parallel structure, I cannot remember, nor can I remember, throughout the first paragraph to emphasize that the process of learning to read was more important than the text he was reading. Although it was a Superman comic, Alexei is clear that reading itself was a way for him to escape the reservation. Okay, there it goes back to the idea of how reading can save somebody. On the reservation, Alexei's family was, quote, middle class by reservation standards. Okay, good. We like short quotes like that. Although his family had some money on the reservation from his parents' odd jobs, they still struggled and lived on a, quote, combination of irregular paychecks, hope, fear, and government surplus food. Here Alexei juxtaposes, well, here's what he's doing, abstract feelings of hope and fear next to tangible items like paychecks and food. This somber tone reflects the struggles Alexei faces on the reservation. Hope, in the form of reading, helps Alexei fight against the stereotypes and systemic inequalities that plague his reservation and the lives of those around him. So I'm taking everything that I put in my first chunk here, okay, for the example on your notes, and I'm trying to fit all of that into the body paragraph, okay? And that's kind of your job too when you pick a section of your own. So again, you're going to go over one or two of the sections and maybe kind of decide which one you want to analyze. Then you'll have 15 minutes to write it. I'll give you a handout, or the sub will give you a handout of the introduction so that you can actually have it next to you. I'd like you to type, if you could type it, that'd be great. That way I can grade it faster today from home, hopefully a little bit later on today, and give you some good feedback. But don't feel pressure to do that. You can also write it by hand, and I'll grab it tomorrow, hopefully when I'm back at school, or on Friday at the latest, okay? And I'll start grading it over the weekend. All right, let's see if I have anything else to tell you. The only other thing I wanted to just kind of go over is your remote work. You're going to have a multiple choice. Again, I wanted to go over one with you slowly and intentionally, but obviously since I'm not there, we'll have to bump that to next week. So I just want you to try your best. It's on teacher salary, so it's kind of related to education. And then the reading I have for you for your remote work is a piece from Ralph Waldo Emerson called On Education. It's not that long. It seems long, but it's not. I've divided it into chunks for you. You'll see. And then you're not really taking notes on it, but I do want you to summarize his argument in each section, and you'll see the sections when you get the piece. How would you summarize his argument? And then could you identify 1 to 2 passages that really show that? So highlight 1 to 2 passages that really show his claim. It was written a long time ago in the 1800s. But that doesn't mean that it's not accessible if you take it slowly. So take it slowly. Don't feel like you have to understand every sentence, every word. That's not, logical or expected. I want you to get through it and understand his main argument and how he does that, okay? So focus less on rhetorical strategies to start and more just like what is he saying about education, which is definitely part of what we've been doing in the last couple of experiences we've had with our text. What is he arguing about education? Okay, that's kind of your goal. So you should have a good amount of time in class to get that started today, since I won't be there to kind of guide you through a separate multiple choice. We'll bump that to next week. So do a good job. I know you will. Please email me if you have questions or concerns about your grade. If you had your timed writing to rewrite from last time to turn in today, you can take a picture of it and email it to me. You can share it with me. Whatever works for you. Okay. I hope to feel better. I'm sure I will. Just unfortunately means I won't see you until next week. So thanks for doing a good job today. Good luck on your timed writing, and I'll see you soon.